Welcome and welcome back to the Purpose and Glow podcast. My name is Pamela and welcome to today's show. Well, on today's show we have our very first guest. I'm honored to have her on the show. I'm excited to have her on the show, and I'll introduce her in a little while. Firstly, I'd like to thank everybody that has subscribed to our YouTube channel and all our social media platforms. I'd like to say thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing. I mean, if you have watched our videos from start to finish, I really appreciate it. You don't understand what you're doing. And I have a small ask. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please do subscribe. It's the black button down below. I think if you have subscribed, it should be black. It should be black with written in white. And if you haven't subscribed, it will be white written in black. So please do subscribe, like this video, because I know you're gonna like this. You're gonna like the content in this video. So with that said, let me introduce you to our very first guest. So I met her in 2021?
19.
Oh, 2019, really? I met her in 2019. She found me on Facebook and she gave me a call. I met for the very first time in this very same place.
Yes.
I mean, us being here again, woo. So please, everybody, help me to welcome Valerie to the show. Valerie, thank you so much for honoring my invitation and being my first guest.
Such a pleasure. Definitely a pleasure. I'm looking forward to this podcast.
Thank you so much. Really. Would you agree that we met on Facebook for the very first time?
Yes.
How was it like for you? Why though?
Because I was looking for a wedding planner. So I think at that time your ad was sponsored. Okay. So it just kind of like popped up and I was like, okay. I could go with this. So I clicked on your page and then just to read about what you were about and all that. And I remember feeling like, maybe I should really give it a try. And yeah.
Okay. Wait, before we get into the wedding content, I'd like you to tell me a little bit more about yourself. Not too much into it because we have the icebreaker questions, just a little bit about you.
Wow, that question is always
I
so
know.
hard.
It also gets to me. If somebody asked me to introduce myself, I would
just go blank. What do I say?
Sorry to put you on the spot.
Oh well, okay. Like Pam said, my name is Valerie and I am a housewife as well as a mother. So I enjoy motherhood the most. I'm a very introverted person, but I mean, I do like to go out every now and then, like with the right company, the right circle of friends, and I love fashion. I love anything extravagant. That's just me. And yeah, that's me in a nutshell.
Okay, nice, interesting. So let us get into the icebreaker question so that we just, how do I say, let loose.
Set the mood.
Set the mood, yes! So the first question would be, what's your go-to song and why?
Wow. Currently I don't have one specific song, but I do have one specific artist that I'm really feeling, and I listen to a lot of Burna Boy songs. Okay. Yeah, I don't have any favorite song.
Do you like listen to Burna Boy like when you're cleaning?
Especially that running shows and just
next.
Yes, cleaning and just setting the house. Correct, cleaning the house. Yeah. I love to listen to Burna Boy. It just really puts me in the mood for anything.
Why though?
I don't know. It's just something about his voice that just speaks to me.
I don't really know much about him or his songs.
Yeah.
I think, but if you listen to them, or if you listen to any artist, basically when you are cleaning and the volume is on max, then there should be something about them, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just I don't know. There's something about Afro beats.
Oh, okay.
Afro beats that that just really speaks to me. I feel like Nigerians on another level. Like wow, music wise, they're really doing their thing. So we really need to give them the props.
Interesting. interesting. So the other question would be, what's your favorite color and why?
White.
Why?
I love white because I was just telling a friend of mine, I think it was last week, when she came over here, and she's like, wow, everything is so white, your walls and everything. I was like, yeah, no. I love white because I want to see the dirt. Okay. I just feel like with colors like brown and stuff, it's so easy for dirt to just like hide in there. So I want to be able to tell when something is dirty. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah.
No, it does. I mean, it's your favorite color.
Yeah.
You're
I love
white.
white. I really do.
I do love white myself, but it's not my go-to color.
Yeah.
But white it makes you look clean. It's just the color. I think it just makes you look elegant.
Yes, there's something about
There's something about white. I mean, there's no you can not love white. And the whole house. I mean, here, I look this side. I look everywhere. I look. I see white.
It's very peaceful.
A touch of white.
Yeah.
Not a touch. It's mainly white.
It's mainly white. It's the elegance that it gives off.
Nice. Okay, this one would be. I don't know. You have to think about it. You can take some time. Not a problem. If you had a superpower, what would it be and why?
Wow. Wow. I think. Wow. Just being omnipresent, like being in different places all at once.
Why?
Because I feel like I'm not a punctual person. So on a busy day, you have things to do, and errands to run and all of that. I'm never on time. So if I could like be in two places at once, honestly, I'll go for that one. Yes, I'll go for that. Like just being able to be in two places all at the same time.
Okay. I want to say this. There's a trend happening on TikTok. I don't know if you're we listen and we don't judge.
We don't judge it. I've seen that one. We listen, we don't judge.
I'm gonna listen and not judge or ask why.
I like that.
The last icebreaker question I want to ask: in what era are you in, and why? Why? Tell us more about why you're in that era. Is it era or is it era?
Era.
Okay.
Wow. Do I need to give you a specific date?
No, not specific. Just currently. Time doesn't matter. Just what era are you in?
I feel like I'm probably still in the Victorian-Era.
Okay.
Back in the day, in the 1918 centuries. I don't know exactly what the time frame of that. But in my mind, I'm still stuck there. Remember when I said that I'm a lot into fashion? I love the sense of fashion they had back then. It was beautiful. The way they would dress, the elegance in the women. Wow, it was just, wow. I love that. So I'm always stuck in there, in my mind. I'm stuck in there in my mind. And I just feel like it was such a beautiful time to just be yourself and, bask in your own ambience.
You feel like nowadays people are not being themselves?
Yeah, I feel like people are so, what's the word? More artificial and just really programmed, Yeah, to program to the same thing basically. People aren't really being authentic. They're not really being themselves. Yeah, and I feel like back then it was about self. What matters to you the most, what stands out for you the most, what is more valuable to you the most, and so on. Now it's very difficult. It's different.
I think they call it modern with old-fashioned ways, taste or something.
That's a good one.
Living in the modern world, but with fashion,
with old-fashioned taste. That makes a lot of sense.
I agree with that statement because I live by it. So many things are more like I'm living in the modern world, but with old-fashioned values, old-fashioned trades, or whatever it is.
Very interesting. Nice.
Okay, so now let us go into the actual podcast. So tell me, if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about your love story, how you met, how it was for you before we get into the wedding planning.
Wow.
Dynamics.
Okay. I'm just glad my husband is not here because he always has a different version. His story is very different to mine. Wow. We met.
You don't need to give the specific dates, but just brief. Nothing too deep.
Okay.
Unless unless you are comfortable sharing. Of course.
We met, I don't mind, but I don't know if I'll be able to remember the specific dates, but we met a couple of years ago. I believe we met at a friend's Christmas party that was in December.
It's almost Christmas.
And in the groove of things, I could see someone was in a corner just checking me out, and I was like, oh my goodness, who is this? You know, it wasn't love at first sight, I can tell you that. So yeah, you know, just hanging out, talking to different people and whatever, and as the day went, he finally got the courage to come and talk to me. He came, he greeted me, we spoke and whatever, and he seemed very interested for some reason. I was just like, no, not today, my friend. I'm just really not. You know, I was young and, you know, yeah. So he spoke to me, and as we spoke, I got to realize he's actually a very interesting person. Yeah, and he was just very different. So he started telling me about how he rides a scooter and if I would like to go for a scooter ride. And I'm like, wow, not only is this guy interesting, but really a scooter in this day and age. And I thought he was lying. He's like, no, come, I'll show you. So we stepped outside. And
that same day?
Yes, that same, a lot happened that day. So we stepped outside and I was like, yeah, there it is, you know. And there it was, like a red, it was very sexy, by the way. A scooter, but very sexy. There it was outside, and I was like, do you want to take a ride? And I'm like, yo, this guy, how do I just take, I just met you like, you know, a few hours ago. How do I trust you enough to take a scooter ride? Besides that, I've also never been on a scooter. My parents would kill me, you know. Because I was not living with my parents back then. And then, but then I just, you know, I just did it. I was like, you know what, life is too short, so let's just do this. So yeah. I hopped on the scooter and then we rode to his place, and then, because I knew, you know, he's not going to be up to anything malicious or anything. So we rode to his place, we got to his place, I met his then flatmate, I greeted him, we spoke, and then we left. We were just there briefly and then we left. Now when we got into the elevator, his mom called. And I guess she was, you know, just wishing him a Merry Christmas and whatever. And as they were talking, I could hear him saying, yeah, no. I don't know if she asked him what he was doing. He said, no, I'm just hanging out with Valaire. And in my mind, I'm like, what? Who is he talking to? And why is he talking to that person about me? So that's what really he got to me in that moment, yeah. And I was like, wow, okay. So when he finished talking to her, I asked who he was talking to. I said, it was my mom. I was like, oh my God, that's so sweet, you know, and that's how it just melted my heart. And then there were more scooter rides after that.
I love love.
It didn't end.
I love, like anytime love, any love story,
yeah.
I love. And I think love stories are personal.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
there's nothing like right or wrong. It's your journey.
It's your story.
It's your story.
Yeah.
So I love it.
Love is beautiful.
Oh.
It's always very interesting listening to people's love stories, right?
That's so me.
Yeah.
And then how did you guys come to? How did you come to finding the ad on Facebook and deciding, let me call this lady? Yeah.
Okay. So fast forward to now, as you know, in the process of preparing for wedding or whatever. I wasn't ready to deal with the stresses of having to plan different things.
Yeah.
I realized that there would be a lot that would be involved in the process, and I honestly was not ready to deal with that. Yeah. Sometimes us as Namibians really suck when it comes to service. So I was not looking forward to any of that.
Okay.
And I thought, well, maybe I could actually give this lady a try. But
did you like sit on it for so many days, or was it like, I saw the ad, let me call her?
I didn't even sit on it for hours. No, not even for hours.
But was it something that you always wanted to do, or was it just like in the moment, let me call her?
You know what inspired me the most was the fact that, wow, we have wedding planners in this country. Okay, so let me be the few that would say, listen, I have a wedding planner, whatever you want to do, refer her. You know, I wanted to sound somewhat bougie.
Yeah.
And then also the perfection of it, the execution of the planning and everything just coming together. That's the one that I was really chasing after.
Okay.
I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted everything to be in place. I wanted everything to be good. I really honestly just didn't trust myself to do all of that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
And within hours or within minutes, you're like, let me give this girl a call.
Yes, my mind was already made up. I remember scrolling through your Instagram page.
Oh, okay.
Facebook first, and then I decided to go to Instagram because I just felt like it will explain everything more, like with pictures and whatever. I needed to see evidence. I needed to see all of that.
To see if this is legit.
Yes, if it's legit, because wow, there's so many scammers out there, and I just really needed to know what you were about. You know, just you as a person and then your craft also. So I scrolled through, and then I checked your picture, that very first one. Yeah. And then with
it's still up if you want to see it.
Yeah, with your picture and then everything else that you guys do, and I was like, yeah, I would definitely love to go with this. And so that's when I gave you a call.
So when you gave me a call, how was it like for you? Like, first impression, like, how was it for you? Did I meet the expectations? Or was I like, yeah, let me check her out for now?
I think it wasn't until I met you in person. Yeah.
Okay.
I was very nervous speaking to you over the phone as well, because I didn't know what you were really about. So I waited until I could personally meet you. And then when I eventually met you, I was like, wow, she's such a cool person, you know, even just with the first impression. Even just with the first impression, like when you walked in, you were professionally dressed, you were soft-spoken. It said a lot about you, so I already knew that, okay, this is definitely a person I could get along with, like over that time period. So yeah, I knew right then and there, because you also presented really good listening skills, you know. I spoke most of the time. But yeah.
But you have to listen, because I had to get to know about you as a person, get to know your values, to see if we are compatible or fit for one another.
Yeah.
Not only that, just to listen, to hear what's your vision, because at the end of the day, it's not my wedding, it's your wedding. So I have to hear you out, understand what you want, what's your wedding vision, am I able to execute your vision?
Yeah.
You know, so I had to listen.
Yeah, and you did really good at that. You really did.
Thank you.
I think I also remember you asking specific questions that were, you know, just really relating to weddings and all that, and that's when I was like, wow, okay, yeah, no, this is definitely the right person.
Did you feel overwhelmed with the questions that I was asking?
No, not at all. It was so exciting. They were really exciting, because I kept thinking, okay, what else is she going to ask me? Is she going to ask me something that I expect her to ask me? You know, is she asking me the right questions?
Okay.
And honestly, you were. Your file, I remember you were sitting there with the file, and I was like, yeah, no, she's speaking the right language. So then I knew, no, I'm good. I'm in safe hands. She seems okay. I think you only sat with me and not with my husband.
Yeah.
Because I remember him coming back from work and asking how did it go. So I had to explain to him, I said, no, she's really cool. She's really a nice person, and we started off really well. And yeah.
I'm blushing.
You must blush.
I'm blushing over it. Yeah. So then we started planning. How was wedding planning for you?
The process?
Yeah, the whole process. Like, in terms of planning, not excluding family and stuff, just how was wedding planning for you?
To be honest, and just to start off with, I just feel like I really didn't do much of that, because you basically took over everything. Whatever challenges, whatever problems we had was probably just little misunderstandings, normal misunderstandings between you and myself. Like, I can't even remember what
the invitation cards that we needed to give to your mom, your parents.
Yes. the invitation cards, I know we had a little misunderstanding there. What other challenges did I face? I honestly cannot
say invitations on my end.
Yes.
Because the parents,
and the names, because remember we had to print the names.
Yes.
But I really honestly cannot point out a time.
The names we had to paste on the envelopes, right?
Yes, we had to do that. So yes. And then I also remember I wanted an acrylic invitation. And then I was really counting on you, like, no, I really hope, because you had told me that you were gonna find out from the vendors or something like that. So I was really crossing my fingers on that, and then I don't think that it worked out. No. But then we settled for what we did. And I was so happy with that. Yeah. I think another challenge also was a time you traveled to SA and didn't tell me. I was like, what? How are you in SA? Like, you should be here. And that was a time of growth for me where I realized that just because someone is your wedding planner doesn't mean they're gonna be by your side all the time. You have a life, you have your own whatever. So it was funny, but yeah.
I remember your husband speak to Val.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was good. Okay, because it's a relationship.
Yes.
And I loved how honest you were, and you were not like, let me just hide it under the rag as if nothing happened. You're vocal, and I love it. I keep telling my clients I like people who are vocal so that I know how you feel, what you feel. Exactly. So we know how to move forward rather than you just like, it's okay. But deep down, you know, you're feeling the feelings.
Yeah. And I think what really stuck out the most for me was the fact that you were able to take the drama that comes with Bridezillas. We change our minds a lot. I know I changed my mind quite a lot. It's the fact that you were so patient during that process. You know, I want this the 1 minute, and then the next minute, oh no, can we change it to this? And I love the fact that you made it easy, you know, to change without complaints or anything. Yeah.
Okay, let me take you a little bit back. How did you pick your bridal party and why?
Wow, my bridal party was a combination of my sisters, my friends, and he's part of the family. Yeah, so he had his cousins, I had my 2 sisters, and then I had 2 friends. So I felt like that was a good combination. It was also very fair. Yeah. So yeah.
They come through though.
Oh yeah, they did. They definitely did. I felt like I had all the support that I needed. I didn't know his cousins very well, but in the process I got to know them, and they're really amazing people. We had our ups and downs here and there, but nothing we couldn't resolve. Yeah. And then the fact that I had my sisters with me there, I knew that I was in safe hands. And then also my friends that were really supportive. It was honestly a good combination. They all meant a lot to me.
Nice. I'm glad to hear because, and I saw, not only did I'm hearing it from you, but I saw it with my own eyes, like, you know. I say this because nowadays, bridesmaids are not just coming through for their bride. Yes. Yeah. There's a video that I shared on my Instagram, not sure if I'm gonna play it, but it made a lot of sense. I reposted it on my Instagram. Hopefully I'm able to play it now.
Bridesmaids, listen up. This is for you. The wedding day is a day of joy to everyone, and that includes you. But I need you to keep in mind that the day isn't about you. It's about the bride. Yes, it's a big day for you too, but your job is to make your bride happy. That's why you're called bridesmaid. It's in the name. Your role is to support the bride, be her cheerleader, help her get dressed, run last-minute errands, and keep her calm. She shows you because she trusts you. So make things easy for her. Be there for her, and don't stress her out. Yeah, don't stress her out. I've seen so many bridesmaids stress out the bride. You've got this, and trust me, I'll be there on that day cheering you up. Peace.
It's just it's quite daunting to see how the bridal party are not coming forward or not being there for their bride. knowing that they were picked. You know, the bride could have chosen any other person, but the bride picked them, and they're not there for her on the day that she really needs them. So it's quite sad. I really sympathize with
the bride.
With the bride.
Yeah.
With brides. Yeah.
With brides. I feel like it's very easy to get swayed away from the main point. The reason why brides choose to have bridesmaids is because they get assigned different responsibilities. And sometimes in the beginning they do take on the responsibilities, but the day off they get so hyped up in the event that they forget their responsibilities. I do feel like I did experience that, but to some extent it's understandable depending on what they abandon as their responsibilities.
But they're there. I saw.
They were.
Okay. So how was your wedding day for you? How was the wedding? What do you remember most about your wedding day? How was the experience? How was it for you?
I think I forgot to mention when you asked me to tell you about myself.
Okay.
I forgot to mention that I'm a very shy person. So the thought of, oh my goodness, so all the attention is going to be on me. I remember asking you to pack me something that I could take as a shot. To just get me like into the groove of things. And you forgot.
Oh, I did.
So I was like, okay, cool. So I only had myself to depend on now. And I was a little bit stressed about that. But soon as we walked into the hall and I had my first view of your work, by the way, because you did the deco. All of that just like went away, and I was so ready to have.
Only at the reception. What about the ceremony during the course of the day, the experience? How was it for you?
It was It was beautiful. Besides the fact that I was really nervous. It was beautiful. From the church ceremony, everything was properly organized. Everything was properly set. Apart from the fact that I was late. I was a late bride, but isn't every other bride?
You're busy with
I was late, but everything really fell into place. Like I said, my husband and I honestly didn't need to do so much. I don't know how you did it, but the family members also already knew their responsibilities. So from the time we walked into the church until afterwards, everything went smoothly. I loved the way I looked, I loved the way I felt, I loved everything around the setting, everything.
How's the ceremony? Was it like emotion? Was it like when all that you expected? Did your dream come to pass? How was that for you?
It is, to be quite honest, it's everything that I expected and more. I think for me, my main focus was, I was trying to remind myself that I'm getting married to my best friend. I'm getting married to the person that I met a few years ago. So I was honestly engulfed in that feeling more than the day itself. So I was really just appreciating the moment. Because, as brides and grooms, like when you're getting married, you're so caught up in the events of the day that you forget your significant other and the main reason as to why you were married. So my focus was mainly on that. Everything else was just an added bonus. Everything else was just an added bonus. But I really can't complain about anything other than the fact that I was late for both ceremonies. And at some point my bouquet went missing. But other than that, everything went according to plan. It was a beautiful day. I wasn't stressed about anything.
I still have a picture of you walking into the hall. You're like
shocked.
Oh wow.
I was really shocked. Really shocked at what I was seeing, but it was good. I was so happy. I was so content with everything because I felt like the deco there in the hall kind of like spoke for itself. It also kind of like described us, what we like, what we're into, that soft feeling about it, the colors, the color coordination. It was beautiful.
This is why I had to listen, why you had to do most of the talking during the consulting.
Now I see.
But yeah, I'm so glad you look so pretty, and I remember the both of you dancing, okay? And for me, if the couple is dancing on their wedding day, then I know I've done a good job.
Yeah.
Because then they're like enjoying their wedding day.
Yes.
Like you've mentioned, you're there, like you've mentioned, what did you say? Being there for the other person, your bride being there for the couple, for the groom being there. Like that for me is everything.
Yeah.
I want to see that. I want to see them dancing. For me, when you started dancing, I think I have a few pictures.
Yeah.
I'll put them on I'll show them. Like I loved it. I was like, oh, this is so beautiful.
Oh.
And both of you look so beautiful, so pretty. And you were smiling.
Yes.
I loved it. I liked it so much. Love that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the fact that my husband was all over me. He was really living in the moment.
Yeah. Living in the moment is the right term. Yeah.
Yes. He was just really showcasing appreciation and just being content with his choice.
Yeah.
And I was feeling the same way as well. I don't know if you know how much weight you took off from us as a wedding planner, honestly. I don't know. I just will never be able to tell enough, but you did quite a lot for us. Quite a lot. So yeah.
Thank you. What has during the wedding process, what have you learned about yourself, your husband and your family?
Wow, what did I learn about myself during the wedding preparation?
Yes.
I think then I realized that I might have not been financially disciplined as much as I thought. I could maybe say that I wasn't so considerate with where we're throwing our money and all of that.
Okay.
I just wanted, all I remember is I just want this whole thing to be perfect.
Yeah.
I don't care how much it costs. I just want what I wanted.
Yeah.
So then I realized, I think this was much later after the wedding, I realized that I really need to apply financial discipline. Yeah. It was also then that I realized one thing about my husband is that he is financially disciplined. So I realized the two of us we're opposites, and I need to work on myself.
Okay.
Regarding family, wow, I just know that I realized that I was loved.
Aww.
You know, just looking at them doing what they were supposed to do, carrying out their responsibilities, they really came through. That's when I realized, wow, I'm loved at home. I have family that really cares for me. The fact that they also came out in numbers, people that I hadn't seen in a very long time, and I understand that because life is life for everyone. But it was so good to just see them, you know, and feel like, wow, they came through for me, you know. So yeah, I realized that family is also very important. Yeah.
Oh, that's so beautiful to know that you're loved.
Yes.
And that you love them as well.
That part. Oh, that part. Yeah.
I'm lost for words. Really? Oh, okay. That's so beautiful.
Yeah. You realize a lot of things when you get married.
Yeah.
On your wedding, before the wedding, after the wedding, during the wedding. You realize a lot of truths. Good truths and some not really good. But that's that.
Such is life.
Yeah. You'll never get along with everyone, but that's just what it is.
Yeah. How's marriage like now?
4 years down the line, 3 years, going for 4 years down the line, blissful.
Oh,
it's
okay. It's just okay. It's okay. I mean, that sums up everything.
Marriage life is beautiful. I'm truly enjoying. I'm enjoying a lot of things. I'm learning a lot about my husband, about myself as a wife and as a mother. It's beautiful. It requires a lot though. A lot.
Yeah.
Discipline. You know, just improvising, understanding, communicating. It's a lot.
It's investment.
Yeah, you could say that.
I mean, there's no way you would want something to grow if you don't invest.
If you don't work on it.
If you don't work on it, if you don't sacrifice on it.
Exactly.
Everything. Literally, if you want something to see it flourishing or anything, you've got to work on it, you've got to invest, sacrifice, you've got to let go of things, build, how do I say, characters or behaviors, how do I put it? But you've got to let go of some things and try to put on.
Exactly, yeah. You need to improvise. Yeah, you do need to improvise quite a lot. I felt like we struggled with that in the beginning. But 4 years down the line, we know what we need to do. It's beautiful. I'm honestly enjoying marriage. I'll do it all over again and still get married to the same person. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
Yeah. That's so sweet. I know I love marriage. I'm for marriage. Like I'm like, hence why I guess I'm a wedding planner.
Clearly.
I love marriage. I love love. I love weddings. I love marriage. I love love.
Yeah, clearly.
So what are you up to nowadays? After planning your wedding, what are you up to?
Basically just living life. Yeah, living life. I'm currently a house mom. Housewife, sorry. Yes. I'm a housewife. And more than anything, I am so glad that my husband is so understanding and he's for it.
Yes.
So I'm really just in the process of appreciating where I am and appreciating who he is and appreciating how supportive he is towards my decisions and all of that. I'm loving the idea of being a housewife because I get so much time to myself. I have enough time to cater to him and my son as well. Yeah, just family. So I think during this time, I don't know if I'll be a housewife for long. I just know that I want to use this time to really appreciate and use it for what it was meant for. Yes. Which is basically family. So I think my husband is really enjoying it because he's seeing the benefits. Yes, of it, he is. He's really enjoying the time I have for him.
Thank you so much for sharing. So what advice would you give to a bridal couple that is getting married or anybody that is in the process of planning their wedding?
First of all, get a wedding planner. That takes a lot off your shoulders, first of all. Because at the end of the day, you want to enjoy your day. You want to enjoy the process of you being engaged up to the time you get married. You don't want to be engaged in those final days. You're engaged and you're still stressing about, oh, I need to get the tent, I need to get the flowers. I don't have to worry about that. So I think get a wedding planner first of all, and
what else?
What was the question again?
What advice would you give to
How did I forget? Okay. The second one is that you need to remember why you're getting married. A lot of people make the whole marriage thing about the wedding day, and everything that happens within the wedding day, and after the wedding day, you're now like, okay, so then what next? You know, before you even get married, you need to set your intentions right. You need to appreciate the person. You need to look at the reasons why you're getting married and remember those reasons. Because really a lot of people do get married for the idea of the wedding day and not really over the fact that you are planning to spend your whole life with this person. So that's my only advice. Set your intentions right. Remember why you're getting married and don't get caught up in the whole wedding day thing, because the wedding day is just one day. And then you have the whole eternity to spend with your person. So remember the reasons.
Oh, nice. Well said. I would not change anything. So book your wedding planner.
Yes.
Touphy Designs. And remember why you're getting married. Know your intentions. Know why you're getting married. Nothing wedding related or the episode topic. It's just that I was listening to a podcast this morning, by Mel Robbins. I don't know if you have heard of her, but she's I listen to a lot of her podcasts. She was talking about the addiction of working, addiction of being busy. Some people are addicted to cocaine, drugs, and a lot of things, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But she was talking about her addiction. She's addicted to being busy all the time.
Yeah.
Just doing something. She's not doing something, she doesn't feel productive. If she's not doing something, she feels like she's not doing anything and she's not being productive. And she was interviewing a doctor. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
the doctor was talking about why people are addicted to being busy.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons was that people who tend to be addicted to work is that they are trying to run away from something, or they're trying to be busy but not be productive. Actually, you are busy but you're not doing anything productive. What are your thoughts on that?
I do believe that there is such a thing as being busy and not being productive, because a lot of people
being busy, have a dirty house, being busy, not respond to all the emails or things like that.
Yes, exactly. A lot of people think that when you are not sitting still, then you are doing something productive. But you can actually be busy and still not be productive.
Yeah.
It just depends on you as an individual on what your definition of busy is.
Okay.
You know, by the end of the day, you should be able to ask yourself, like, okay, I was so busy, but what did I tick off?
Yeah.
What did I do? How did I use my time? Because you could be busy running around, going to malls and just looking at, unproductive stuff
on your phone, doing something.
And it's so easy to actually confuse the two. Yeah. So I'm married to someone who is a busybody. He loves being busy. Like if he's sitting still, he feels like, oh no, I should be actually doing something. And right now, that's also how his mind is channeled. He just wants to be doing something. But luckily for him, it's always something productive. Yeah, because he works for himself, so he definitely has to reach goals and so on. So if you are a busy person, ask yourself, what am I busy with? What's keeping me busy? What am I getting out of it at the end of the day?
And why you are also being busy.
Yes, why do you choose to be busy? Because if you're choosing to be busy to run away from your reality, then you need to be in therapy, and face whatever it is that you're going through and then start afresh. And therapy is not really always going to a therapist and going to sit down and talk. You can also be your own therapy, put yourself to question, put yourself to account, and just answer those questions that you have regarding yourself and come up with a conclusion.
Nice. I liked it. When I listened to the podcast, I'm not done with it because I had to rush here to come record this. But I was just like thinking, I was thinking like, how is this so true? Why is it moving things inside of me? I'm like, okay, because I'm the type of person that, I have to wake up, I have a list, tick off. What does it do to me? So it got me questioning, like, why am I having this list? Why? Why? So I was like, let me go ask Phil, what are her thoughts on it? And thank you for sharing. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'll probably also listen to that podcast. It sounds
she posted it last night. I think it's her latest one, Mel Robbins.
Okay.
So please
I think
she's one of my favorite podcasts. I think I love it. I honestly love it. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for honoring the invitation on coming to the podcast.
Of course.
I loved it.
Thank you so much. I had a great time. I also realized a lot about myself. I learned a lot about myself during this podcast, and I really hope that a lot of women out there will be inspired, to get married and book you.
Yes. The details will be in the description box. So with that said, thank you so much for watching this episode. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye-bye.